Hello, grade 7. Welcome to our week 6 lessons in Mapeh. Here are the topics. For the music, we have the music of Mindanao. For arts, the arts of Mindanao. And PE, the Tinikling Dance Steps Development Part 4. And for health, the mental health disorders. Let's start with the music of Mindanao. The percussion instruments are found in cultures worldwide. Basically, percussion instruments are those whose sounds are produced by striking, scraping, or shaking. Although the instruments that fall within the percussion family have sound production in common, their forms take many shapes and a variety of distinctive sounds are produced. The instruments of the kulintang are all percussion instruments. They include various gongs called kulintang, agung, gandingan, and babandir. And the one drum in the ensemble is called the bakan. Alright, so for your music activity, you are going to create or make the sound of Mindanao by making your own improvised percussion instrument using the available materials in your home or in your community to be used as your accompaniment in singing the El Galina Capituda. El Galina Capituda song is one of the Mindanao songs. So, herein, attach the YouTube link wherein you can watch the El Galina Capituda song and also the link for the improvised instrument that can be your inspiration in doing your improvised instrument. So let us start first. Let us hear and watch the rhythmic pattern of El Galina Capituda. Alright.
Today we're going to learn about the music of Mindanao. We're going to learn the El Galina Capituda. First, let us learn how to pronounce the lyrics. El Galina Capituda. Sige, sige na tandan. Echa huevos na basura. Yoro ba el gabilan. Now listen to the melody. 3, 2, 1. Let's try singing the song. 3, 2, 1. El Galina Capituda, sige, sige na tandan. Echa huevos na basura, yun ba el gabilan. El Galina Capituda, sige, sige na tandan. Echa huevos na basura, yun ba el gabilan. El gabilan.
Alright, so that's how you're going to sing the El Galina Capituda, which is a Mindanao song. Now, let me show you how you can be inspired in doing your own improvised instrument. You will see a group of students here who are doing some rhythmic patterns wherein they use different kinds of improvised instruments or different percussion improvised instruments that you can also create on your own. So, let us hear and watch this video. Alright, so I think that you can observe that some of them used empty milk cans and even the plastic or empty empty plastic bottle, and others used also their basin or a water basin that can be used at home. Alright, so you can also use that as your improvised instrument that can be used as an accompaniment in singing your El Galina Capituda. Please make sure that um, that please don't forget to shoot a short video while you are singing the El Galina Capituda with your own improvised accompaniment. So that would be your activity in music. So next is the rubrics that will be a basis in giving you a grade. So please do not forget the following categories, which first one is the pitch, wherein you as a student should sing the song with correct pitch all throughout the performance. And be concerned also with the rhythm, wherein your improvised percussion instrument should play well and excellently accompanied you or your song during your performance. And lastly is the quality of your construction of instruments, or in your instrument or improvised instrument shows considerable attention to construction, and it will stand up to repeated playing over a period. So next, let's have on arts, which is the arts of Mindanao. So the Maranao, referring to the southern tribe who are now the people of the lake, called Ranao in the Iranon language, meaning people of the lake, referring to the indigenous people who inhabited the lands around Lake Lanao, whose principal town is Marawi City. So the Maranaos are part of the wider Moro ethnic group. So here are some of the Mindanao arts. First one is the okir, or also called as okil. Okir or okil literally means to carve. So it is the term for geometric and flowing designs, often based on an elaborate leaf and vine pattern, and folk motifs that can be usually found in Maranao and Muslim influenced artwork. Alright, next to that is the Torogan or Torogan House. It is the ancestral home of the highest title holder in a Maranao village. It is a symbol of power and prestige, usually adorned during festivities. And last, the Sari Manok. It is a legendary bird, meaning it is not true. It is just only a legendary. So, a legendary bird of the Maranao people. It comes from the word sari, meaning cloth or garment, and manok for the chicken. So, it is a rooster-like figure with colorful wings and feathered tail, holding a fish on its beak and holding a fish on its beak or talons, and the head is profusely decorated with scroll, leaf, and spiral motifs. It is said to be a symbol of good fortune. Alright, so for your art activity, since one of the arts of the Mindanao people is the Sari Manok or their legendary birds, you are going to create your own Sari Manok paper layering art. So in here, the materials that you needed are crayons, pair of scissors, hot glue stick, hot glue gun, and white glue. Alright, so here are the procedures. So first one, you need to color first all the Sari Manok images using crayons. Use same colors you use on the identical area. So I know that on your module, there are 3 images which are printed on your module. You can just simply color them using your crayons. But take note that you need to color or use same colors you use on the identical area. So I want you to show I Alright, so I want you to look at this. There are 3 images, image 1, image 2, and image 3. So where is their identical areas? So that is, if you can see on the image 3, it is from its beak to its fox or chicken fox, and to its feet, and on the first layer feather on its tail. So on the image 2, it has, you can see or you may observe that it just have the same color also with the image 1. So you can see, you may see that on image 2, the additional feature will be the second layer of its feather on its tail and the two fishes on its claw and on its beak. And on the image 1, the additional feature is the third layer of its feathers on its tail. So just make sure that the identical areas would be have the same colors, just like this one, and to this one, and also this one. You can use other colors if you want. Alright, so let's go back to the procedure. After coloring the images, you can cut out all the three images. But if you don't want to cut out your module, then you can draw it first in a band paper. And then after drawing, you can color and then cut it now. But just make sure that you have the same sizes of images. Alright? Next, after cutting it, coloring, and then you can apply a thin coat of white glue on top of the three images. Then let it sit for a while until it turns to clear solid. But if you don't have a white glue, then you can just keep on this procedure. Then let's go to the step 4. Glue the sari manok image 3 on the top of image 2 and image 1. So meaning this image 3 would be pasted above the image 2. And then this image 2 would be pasted above the image 1. But just make sure what? Make sure that you leave a small gap between the images. Leave the glue to cool without flattening it. Make sure that there is a small gap or space between the images. Alright? And then because this will add a shadow effect on your artwork to make it looks more 3D. Alright? So that would be the Sari Manok paper layering art. Alright, so here are the categories or the rubrics that would serve as your basis in giving you a grade. So here are the categories. First one, you should follow the directions. You will be given 5 or excellent if you follow the directions correctly, or if you won't skip any of the steps. Next, your craftsmanship, skills, and consistency. Your artwork was beautiful and patiently done. And last, we may see also, or I should see your effort and perseverance in doing your activity. Alright, so it should be neatly finished and pass also on time. Alright, so let's proceed now on PE, the Tinikling Dance Steps Development Part 4. So if you still remember, we are done already with the introduction, figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So therefore, we will proceed now on figure 7 and 8. So this would be the last figures that you will know in dancing the tinikling. Okay, so as an introduction, tinikling dance steps are usually described as a combination of only 3 basic 4/4 steps, which is singles, doubles, and hops. More on hops actually. And singles and doubles refer to the number of feet that touch the floor at a time during a given step. So hops refer to a specific category of a single steps, although sometimes a step involving just one foot at a time actually contain a leap, since the body weight is transferred from one foot to the other foot. Alright, so let's proceed now on figure 7, which is called as diagonal. So here's the instruction. For letter A, you need to hop on left foot outside the pole. So the girls outside the pole number 2 and the boy pole count 1, hop on right diagonally forward to the center of the poles and count 2. So, hop on left on the same spot, count 3. And then join right hands on counts 2 and 3. So, as you can see, there are just only 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in one measure. So, B, hop on right foot diagonally backward across the other pole, girls across pole number 1, boy number 2. So release the hold right hands count 1 hop on left foot count 2 and right count 3 between the poles as above, and then join right hands on counts 2 and 3. Then repeat 5 times A and B alternately, and then lift to exchange places, and repeat again letter A, B, and C, and last boy leaps to the left side of the pole number 1 and a girl at the right side of the pole number 2 near bamboo player number 2. So to make it easier to understand the instruction, let us just watch a video on how they are going to do this diagonal steps or figure number 7. One, two. All right, so you can see, or you, I know that you've observed that there are just only 3 counts. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6. Much better if you will extend it to 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8. Or in 3 counts, or in one measure, there are 8 counts. So from 1 to 1 to 1 to 8. So let's move on to figure number 8. For figure number 8, it is entitled as waltz step. This is one of the easiest step in dancing the tinikling. So starting with the right foot, take 4 waltz step forward. Arms in lateral position, moving sideward right and left alternately or inside hands joined. It should be 4 measures. And repeat A, moving backward 4 measures again. And then the girl dances in front of her partner and then hop on the outside foot. Once outside the post, girls outside pole number 2, then boy pole count 1. Hop on the inside foot twice between the poles counts 2 and 3. Girls holds her skirt, boys hands on waist, and then repeat 5 times more, moving forward little by little, and boy jumps over the left side of the girl and then join right hands. Girl makes a 3-step turn left in place, passing under the arch of arms 1 meter and bow to the audience. So this would be the last step, which is the wall step. But to make it more easier, just look the simple or the simplest way to do the wall step. Alright, so let us now watch again and listen on this video. The waltz step or figure 8. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8. Alright, so that would be the waltz step. Then at the end of it, the boy and the girl can also take a bow to the audience. Alright, so let us watch again the whole figures from the top of figure 7 unto figure 8. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. Alright. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8. Alright, so that would be the figure 7 and 8. It is much easier than the other figures. So, please do not forget to shoot a video or a short video and then just send it on my FB Messenger. Alright, so let's proceed now on the health, the mental health disorders. Mental illnesses are disorders that disrupt thinking, feelings, behaviors, and impair daily functioning. That is according to Donatello of 2006. These disorders may be caused by prolonged stress and mental and emotional suffering due to various triggers. So, what would be a trigger? A trigger are the events or situations that may activate a person's tendency to experience symptoms of mental disorders. Take note of it because this would be or these triggers are the one who can be seen on your activity. Again, triggers are the events or situations that can activate a person's tendency to experience the symptoms of mental disorders. So, what are the different common mental disorders? First one is a major depressive disorder, or we can call it also as a depression. This one is a normal feeling of sadness and grief when faced with difficult situations. An example of it is when a person may develop this kind of illness or major depressive disorder when a depression is on daily basis or every day, characterized by persistent sadness, despair, and hopelessness. Alright, so if a person is always sad, looks despair, and looks don't hope uh, that he doesn't have hope anymore, then meaning that kind of person is under depression. Next is the bipolar. It is also called as manic depressive disorder. It's a form of depression characterized by alternating mania and depression. I repeat, alternate mania and depression. So, a person who experiences this disorder may at times feel very happy, sometimes very happy and elated, and then at instant he or she may feel a utmost sadness and despair. Alright, so that is a bipolar. Next, the schizophrenia. It is a mental illness with biological origins. So, that is characterized by irrational behavior, severe alterations of the senses, and often inability to function in the society. It is a person with a person with this illness may experience hallucinations. He can see something around which is nothing, or sometimes he may feel of being detached and away from the reality. Alright, so he can see something around him, but actually, it's none. And last, the post-traumatic disorder. A person may have this disorder when he or she experience a traumatic situation such as being abused before, being raped, or being involved in an accident. So that would be an example of post-traumatic disorder. Alright, so let me give you this activity, a mental health issues. In here, um, the direction is the people in this activity experiencing different mental health problems. So what you need to do is to identify what are the triggers. What triggers him or her mental health problems. So as what I've said a while ago, once we've said triggers, those are the situations that may activate a person's tendency to experience the symptoms of mental disorders. So that would be your task. So let's have first on number one or the first situation. So Jenny and her family are victims of a car accident. So few months ago, wherein her parents died. She always wants to be alone and cries at night before going to bed. She loves her parents so much. So this is the reason why she experiences sadness and post-traumatic disorder. So what do you think is the event or situation that triggers her post-traumatic disorder? So you can just simply write it here on the space provided below. Next situation is Sheila had trouble in sleeping at night and concentrating in school. So last week, she was even caught crying inside the school washroom. Some people have seen her take some pills. Then later, she was diagnosed as a patient with depression. So what do you think is the uh, situation that that triggers her to have this kind of illness? All right. Next, Chris is constantly worried about catching colds. In fact, Chris washes his hands just about 20 times a day. Wow. When as Chris says that he cannot afford to be sick and then goes into a lecture about how many germs there are around. Sometimes Chris washes his hands so much that they bleed. Oh. And later, he was diagnosed as obsessive compulsive disorder patient. So, meaning he is under OCD or obsessed in doing something. That is one of his illness. So, what do you think is his triggers to have this kind of illness? And fourth, Cindy graduated as magna cum laude. And after a year, he or she took the board examination. But unfortunately, she unexpectedly failed the exam. Alright, so that's why maybe it is one of the reason why he or she experiencing some depression. Alright, and for number 5, Mario is madly in love to Flora and he even stalks her in social media accounts and always follows her whenever she goes. I think it is one of the an example of obsessive compulsive disorder. So what do you think would be the triggers that triggers her or that triggers Mario? All right. So this would be your activity in health, and that would be the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. Please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe on this channel. Bye. Thank you.